So if you observe in trigonometry, each and every topic is of only 1 mark. Ratios 1 mark, compound angles 1 mark, multiples of multiple 1 mark, transformations 1 mark, trigonometric equations 1 mark, properties of triangles 1 mark. Only this one is the highest one, 2 to 3 marks. Minimum 2 marks, maximum 3 marks from complex numbers. Again, this comes under trigonometry only. Okay, in trigonometry, you left out topics are complex numbers and hyperbolic functions. If you complete these two, you have completed complete trigonometry topics. So take out complex numbers, weightage is 2 to 3 marks. So if you observe normally up to 10th class level, you have studied about number systems. In number system, which type of numbers you have? One number is natural numbers. Next one is what? Whole numbers. Next one is? Next? Integers. Okay, next you have real numbers. In that one you have rational as well as irrational. So up to 10th class level you have so many types of number system we have. Natural numbers, whole numbers, set of integers, real numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers. Then what is the need to study about complex numbers? This is my doubt. Up to 10th class level you have so many types of number systems. Then what is the need of complex numbers? Anyone? So up to 10th class level, we have studied about root of only any positive number. Okay, that means in lower class level, up to root of positive value exists. The definition itself they are given, root of only positive value exists. This is up to lower level classes. But whereas intermediate is nothing but diploma level, we have to know about whenever under root of negative value is there, how we have to find that value. Okay, so to come across how to find root of negative value, they are given root of any negative value, they have simply assumed I. No proof is there. Don't ask me proof. Okay, but don't ask me any proof. Simply they have assumed root of negative value is I. But if you squaring on both sides, no, this becomes what? I squared. In this one, minus 1. But normally some of students, they will remember this one only. I squared is minus 1. But this I square is minus 1 come from this one only. Root of negative value is minus I. So this they have assumed as imaginary. I means what here? Simply they have imagined. No proof is there. Root of negative value they have imagined as I. Okay, so take note definition. Complex number definition. Definition of complex numbers. Consider
Sir, voice.
Consider z is equal to x plus iy. Z is equal to x plus iy. And don't get confused, in some of the textbook they will give small a plus ib. You may write a plus ib or x plus iy. Consider z is equal to x plus iy, where x comma y are real numbers. Where x comma y are real numbers. And root of -1 is equal to I. And root of -1 is equal to I. Then z is called a complex number. Then z is called a complex number. Then z is called a complex number. So you have to observe carefully. Now onwards, complex number form should be x plus iy. Okay, z is nothing but what? X plus iy. In x plus iy, x comma y are compulsory real numbers. X comma y are real numbers, and I value is what? Root of -1. Then only this complete form is called what? Complex number. Okay, below take down. In z is equal to x plus iy. Next point. In z is equal to x plus iy. In z is equal to x plus iy. If x is equal, x is called, in z is equal to x plus iy, x is called real part. X is called real part. And y is called imaginary part. X is called real part, y is called imaginary part. Next, take a note. Say in z is equal to x plus iy. Note in z is equal to x plus iy. If x is equal to 0, then z nothing but what? Complex number. Then z is called purely imaginary. In z is equal to x plus iy, if x is equal to 0, then z is called purely imaginary. That means this is complex number form now. In that one, if you take x as 0, left out with what? iy. That means I is always what? Imaginary. And if y is equal to 0, then z is called purely real number or purely real. This is very important point. What you have taken, that is very important. That means they will give some complex number form. Directly they will give some 2 plus 3 is there. Some complex number they will give, and this is purely imaginary. Whenever that is purely imaginary, which one becomes 0? That you have to take, and you have to find some value. Is clear? That means always remember this one. They will give indirectly, purely imaginary. Purely imaginary means which one is 0? X is 0. Whenever if he gives purely real, which one is 0? Y equal to 0. Okay? Next one. Next point. Complex number x plus iy. Complex number x plus iy can also be represented as complex number x plus iy can also be represented as ordered pair x comma y. X plus iy can also be represented as ordered pair x comma y. In Ecet point of view, you have to remember this one. For diploma level, no need to go for this one. For any competitive exam, now onwards you have to remember. If they use simply x comma y, that meaning is what? X plus iy. That means C. If they give this x comma y, no, so this can be taken as what? X plus y. That means this comma is there, no, that becomes plus. Suppose if x comma minus y is there, can anybody tell me? X minus iy. If we have minus x comma y, minus x plus iy, minus x minus y, minus x minus iy. This way you have to remember. Now onwards in diploma level you have only this logics only. So sometimes for competitive exam they will give like this one. In complex numbers only. X comma y is x plus iy. X comma minus y is x minus iy. Minus x comma y is minus x plus iy. Minus x minus y is minus x minus iy. Take on these four forms. Completed. So using this one, take out the complex number. Next point, the complex number 1 comma 0. Ordered pair 1 comma 0. The complex number 1 comma 0 can be written as. Can be written as. So I will write like this only. So what you can write? As you can write 1 plus I into 0. So this becomes what? 1 only. So now onwards, whenever 1 is there, 1 can be taken as what? 1 comma 0. Similarly, if you have 0 comma 1, 0 plus I into 1, that is what? So now onwards in complex numbers, 1 is nothing but what? 1 comma 0. Same as for computer science students. They have codes, no, binary codes, auxiliary codes. That way you have to remember. 1 is nothing but what? 1 comma 0. I is nothing but what? 0 comma 1.
Sir,
What ma'am?
sir, I की number value
చెప్పాను రూట్ ఆఫ్ -1 అప్లై కరే రూట్ ఆఫ్ -1 is I. I is nothing but imaginary only.
అంటే root of -1 expand చేయొచ్చు.
Expand చేసేది ఏం లేదమ్మా. Directly you have to remember that one. No proof is there. Root of -1 we have to assume I. దాని ప్రూఫ్ అంటే ఏం లేదు మీకు.
ఓకే.
Next point, The addition of two complex numbers. The addition of two complex numbers. The addition of two complex numbers. Take it like this one. Z1 is equal to x1 plus I1. Z2 is equal to x2 plus I y2 is. So addition means Z1 plus Z2 only now. So addition of two complex numbers means we have to add first of all real parts. X1 plus x2. Okay now? Next in these two we have to take I common. Then y1 plus y2. This way you have to remember. Addition of two complex numbers or three complex numbers is nothing but what? Adding of real parts plus I into adding of imaginary parts. Don't mix them. X1, x2 are real parts. Y1, y2 are imaginary parts. Take your as these. The addition of two complex numbers Z1, Z2 is Z1 plus Z2 equal to X1 plus X2 plus I into Y1 plus Y2. Completed? Next point. Multiplication of two complex numbers. Next point. Multiplication of two complex numbers. Multiplication of two complex numbers. Same thing. Z1, Z2. Multiplication of two complex numbers. Z1 is equal to x1 plus iy1, Z2 is equal to x2 plus iy2 is. Is take down. Z1, Z2 equal to x1, x2 minus y1, y2 plus I into x1, y2 plus x2, y1. So this also no need to remember as formula, normal multiplication only. You have x1 plus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 only. What we have to go for? Multiplication. x1, x2 only. x1, x2. First of all, multiply these two. Next, multiply this one, this one. I is there. I, x1, y2. Now multiply this one. I is there, no? I, y1, x2. I into y, I square. What is I square value given? Minus 1. So minus y1, y2. Always we have to take first of all real parts only. x1, x2 minus y1, y2. x1, x2 minus y1, y2. In these two take I common. If I take I common, x1, y2 plus x2, y1. Normal multiplication only. If you want, you can remember this as formula, but normal multiplication only. If you want, you can remember direct formula. Multiplication of two complex numbers, direct formula is what? x1, x2 minus y1, y2 plus I into x1, y2 plus x2, y1.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
Sir, we are not able to see the board completely, sir. Half of the expression is missing.
Rotate your screen, rotate your mobile, ma'am.
Sir, no, sir, once check the camera, sir. Was it?
You are not seeing border, sir. What the problem is that?
We are not able to see starting part of the sir.
Now, ma'am?
Clear only, sir.
Check your network, ma'am. Okay? From your side only, log out and log in, ma'am, once. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Next point, additive inverse. Take these all points only, ma'am. Next point, additive inverse. Next point, additive inverse of a complex number. Additive inverse of a complex number. So complex number is simply denoted by z only. Every time no try for x plus iy. So additive inverse of complex number z. Answer is minus z. That's it. Additive inverse of complex number z is minus z. That means what the complex number will give, you have to multiply with what? Minus. If you multiply with minus, that is called additive inverse.
Sir, additive inverse.
Suppose if they give complex number 2 minus 3i, mark. Question is 2 minus 3i. We have to find additive inverse. So additive inverse is simply you have to multiply with minus. Okay, ma? What the given question is there, you have to multiply with minus. So what you will get? Minus 2 minus of minus plus 3i. Z is nothing but given complex number. Every time you want to go for x plus iy. Any complex number is there, answer is you want to multiply with minus. Okay, ma? Next, multiplicative inverse. Next one, multiplicative inverse of a complex number.